know, is speaking of LVP, is that Stassi and Beau have just spoken out about Brittany and Jax not attending their wedding.
Okay, no, I'm so curious about this because there's all kinds of rumors floating around that essentially they were uninvited because Stassi and Beau couldn't afford it, and there wasn't a production company sending them. So what do you think is the truth and what's being said?
Stassi and Beau just said on their Patreon only, you know, the good, the bad, the baby. That's the name of it. Patreon only, guys. Get out your coins and pay. She has said that, you know, there was, and Beau has said this, that there was a group text with a bunch of golfing bros, and Jax was group texting saying like, yeah, I'm not going to that thing. And Beau was apparently in the group text, and Jax didn't realize who was in the group text. Oh. And so they kind of knew, but they didn't really know. And then like 24 hours before, Jax was like, love you guys, we just can't do it. And then Beau is saying like, do you understand the definition of love? Like Beau is involved in this. And Beau is just like, for every time he texted, and apparently they have screenshots showing Jax's text. Now, I don't think he said, you know, Stassi's my crazy ex, Beau is this. I don't think he trashed them. But he definitely was like, you know, I'm not going to this thing. You know, it's enough negativity that you're putting it in writing, and Beau is on the freaking text chain. So they didn't go. Look, I feel if there's a destination wedding, a lot of people can't go. But Stassi's point is like, and Beau's too, like, well, you RSVP'd, yes, and we took 2 slots away from somebody.
Yeah.
So I mean, why the hell did you say you're coming? I mean, I just had Brittany on my show. She's very lovely. You know, Lala could not go. I mean, I was supposed to go to see Lala in Texas, and I just didn't show up. But Lala was literally on tour, and she's like, I rescheduled. Like, she had an actual tour. She's like, I rescheduled this so many times. How could I not?
Yeah, right. I can't do it again.
And she said right away to Stassi, like, what do you want me to do? And Stassi was like, I totally get it. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
You know, look, I mean, I understand, like, these are your really good friends and they're not there. I get it.
Yeah. I know that it is. Okay. Well, that is a juicy tidbit. I still am seeing wedding pictures from them. Stassi looked gorgeous, beautiful.
Jax is just not an adult. Like, if Jax doesn't want to do something, he just doesn't do it, which I like to not do anything I don't want to do either. But it's called being an adult, that you have to do things in life that you don't want to do. And again, don't go to Italy and spend the money and do everything. I mean, you know, everyone says they're broke. Why do you say you're coming? You just have to say you're not coming, period. We have a new franchise, Dubai.
Okay, I'm so curious. Are you going to be watching? What are your thoughts? Like,
right, because the first 2 episodes will have come out by the time everybody listens to this. There's all this. Did you see all of the opposition now? Did you?
I have.
Human rights groups.
I mean, look, I can see this. I mean, I'm curious what your thought is. I mean, I can see this both ways. People are arguing Saudi Arabia, the UAE, you know, I mean, we know there's a human rights issue there. I mean, these are things we know, you know, we know that their government, most likely, if it hasn't already been completely determined, you know, murdered the journalist, Khashoggi. I mean, we know that, right? I mean, at the same time, it's like these people that are calling for the show to either be pulled or for Andy Cohen and Bravo to directly address the human rights issues that are going on there. I mean, how do we know they're not going to? You know, part of me is like, well, how do you know they're not going to do that on the show? It hasn't even aired yet. And then the other part of me is like, I get what they're saying. You know, I get what they're saying, that they're going to kind of brush over that. Do I think Bravo and them are going to do much about it? I don't think that this is a movement that's getting I don't think it's getting enough steam. I mean, you know, we have so many issues that people are so upset about right now. What are your thoughts?
They want, they want a disclaimer at the beginning and end of our show. First of all, let me just say, I mean, I've been to Dubai as a gay man. I've been to Abu Dhabi as well. Let's just put that out there. I mean, I mean, gays.
You frightened? Were you nervous?
No, it's funny. So I was not, and I went with a gay friend. Neither of us felt nervous. The only place my friend who I used to travel with all the time, he felt really uneasy. And it's one of these things like you travel and then like we're on the plane on the way home. And like my friend is like, when we came home from Morocco, he was like, I just want to let you know I felt uncomfortable the whole time we were there. And I'm like, by the way,
Thanks for telling me now.
right, like when were you going to tell me this? The only place I really felt uncomfortable was Russia. I was scared in Russia pretty much the whole time we were there. Now, the last night, like right before we got on the flight, we went to a gay bar.
Are you nuts in Russia? What is wrong with you?
Let me tell you, honey, I live on the edge. And let me tell you, it was like,
oh my God, I would have.
It was like it was black door, like blacked out. You had to ring a doorbell. We were with a girlfriend and we rang the doorbell and she was like, hi, can you, they wouldn't answer. So then like we rang it again. And then one of us said something, they opened it. Let me tell you something. When you walk in this gay bar, it's like fucking people swinging from the chandeliers, like that fucking repression. Look, you can't stop people from having sex, guys. Okay. Like it was crazy. And then we were like, oh my God, like, why didn't we do this every night we were here? But we still were like, okay, it literally was like I had to leave for the airport.
I would have been shitting my pants. I would have been shitting my pants.
Once you were in the gay bar in Russia, you felt fine. Like, okay.
How many years ago was this though? But just as an American,
but mind you, we had issues in Russia. Like somebody was talking to us one day and they were like,
I would never go there.
Wait, get this. One day we were in a car and we were going somewhere and the car was like, well, do you want me to take you down there instead? And we're like, well, what's down there? And he's like, the gay bars. And we're like, oh, disgusting. No, we want no gay bars. Cause like, it really was like it was like a trap. I feel
you felt like it was a setup. Yes. Oh my God, David, when did you go to Russia? I would never go to Russia. I don't care. I don't care.
Moscow. I mean, it was great. I fucking love
everyone
Russia.
that's been has said it's amazing, but look, loose lips sink ships. All the ships around me are sunk all the way to the bottom of the ocean. I talk so much shit. I could never go there. I would be wiretapped, bribed. No.
You just can't. And then another day, same thing. Someone was talking to us and we thought like this local. And then he was like, well, what do you guys like want to do? Do you want any advice on something? And he was like, do you want to know where the gay bars are? Two different times. Once we were in a car, people wanted to know if we wanted to know where the gay bars were. And I'm like, both times we were like, oh, what? Like, why would we ever want gay bars? So then we found them on our own the last night. And I was like, well, we have to leave for the airport at like 2 a.m. and it's like 9 p.m. Like, why don't we just try this for like 3 hours? And we did, and it was great. But yeah, but anyway, so I didn't feel safe.
Nervous for you.
I didn't feel safe in Russia, my friends, but I felt safe in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Like okay, I had a little bit of like an insular trip and it wasn't like I was out really on the streets, but I was. So, I don't know. So look.
But as a longtime Bravo viewer and insider, how do you feel about them doing this show there? And do you think they should put a disclaimer? In all fairness, there's a shitload of disclaimers now on all kinds of shows. There's suicide disclaimers, there's language disclaimers, there's trigger. You see it now on a lot of programs on TV all the time.